being pushed right out of comfort zones, and living with someone you might find you don't even like very much anymore. And in my experience, I know that many young people are struggling with the rigours and stresses of secondary school. In the most recent youth survey conducted by Mission Australia, coping with stress and school or study problems consistently appear in the top 3 concerns of young people. In 2014, there were almost 4.9 million young people aged 10 to 25 years old in Australia. That's around 1/5 of the population moving through puberty, adolescence, and young adulthood. Though this period of growth has long been regarded as a challenging time for both teenagers and parents, 21st century life has added some new ingredients into the mix. You will note that I decided to write this book with a friend. Not just any friend, but a superhero in the field of teaching, parent education, TV, radio, and social media. Her name is Sharon Witt. I'm not sure she has a cape, but I have seen her teach, and she definitely has pedagogical superpowers. I've been a big fan of hers for a long time. She brings to this book a robust practicality, sense of humour, and wealth of school experience that I think parents will appreciate. We've each covered the topics where we've had the most experience. For example, in addition to writing the introductions for part 1 and 2, I've talked about mental health, drawing on my wealth of experience as a child psychologist. Meanwhile, Sharon's experience as a teacher makes her the perfect person to cover aspects like the practicalities of starting secondary school and particular study techniques. Between us, we agree on the key aspects we believe parents should be across. Firstly, both of us are really worried about the mental health of our early adolescents. Recent research by Hiscock, Neely, Lay and Freed in 2018 shows that a staggering 1 in every 7 young people aged 0 to 19 has a mental illness, most commonly anxiety or depression. The rate of self-harm among this population has doubled over the past 10 years, while presentations to accident and emergency for mental illness have tripled. All is not well for the early adolescent. Secondly, virtually every psychologist I know thinks that the transition from primary to secondary school can be one of the toughest times in a child's life. It is unfortunate that starting secondary school often occurs at a time when many young people are going through not just significant brain changes, but also dealing with the physical changes of puberty, which can be really confusing and challenging. Thirdly, both of us believe in the power of practical, hands-on parenting. So much of great parenting is just showing up and being informed. The most exciting thing about this book is that we get to list the myriad things that parents can do to ease the school transition, build resilience, and lay the foundations for a great journey through adolescence. For example, some young people may need extra help with organisation and time management during this adjustment to the academic rigours of secondary school. Some parents may need to adjust their expectations of their child around the nature and extent of household chores at the start of the school year. Some students, in particular, become psychologically entrenched in the predictable, familiar routine of primary school, and when confronted with the many changes to that routine, can struggle to make the necessary adjustments. Parents need to have a developmental perspective, which we will explain, and display stratospheric levels of patience and understanding as their Year 7 student encounters things that are strange and different. The main message of our book is that the secret of a great start to secondary school lies